Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 28 degree October the 3rd. It is a Thursday. 28 degrees. It's only 39 degrees now. I got my Climb base layer on, and it doesn't feel. It feels like it's about almost 60. Man, these things work good. These things are old. You think they'd break down after a while, but yeah, I think it might be a little early. I'll probably be shedding this thing about a third of the way through the day or sooner. But anyway, on this frosty, I should have come out earlier. Everything was just white, frozen white. It was cool. But those cold days are coming. They're already on us. So anyway, welcome to the day. 56 degrees again today in Vancouver. That's what it was yesterday.
Nice.
That was crazy. Yeah. 28 degrees. That was our first good snap on the back half of 24.
Yeah. The
Sure.
dog's water's all frozen outside.
Yeah. There'll be plenty more of those to come.
Oh yeah, those days are coming.
Might as well get used to them, huh?
Yep. Hot water.
Mama?
Yes, hot.
Let's go in there and Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep, 2 more.
Yes.
Anyway, let's go in there and earn our keep today.
Alrighty.
All right. I'll see you as the day goes on.
All right.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
And that's you too,
Bye now.
Bye.
So I don't know if I can get this to come in focus, but you can actually see the cat floating in the oil. That's how high the oil is in that thing. I don't think it's focusing at all. Yep. So that's at the back of the cat. What you're seeing is right in there. So that oil level, yeah, it's got a lot of oil in it. Well, I kind of knew that. And pull the other side. Well, there's a crossover. Well, you know, it goes 2 into 1 just underneath there. Plus, it's got this crossover pipe. So, yeah, it's gonna be sharing some fluids back and forth. Let me yard arm her off of here and see what I can do about getting this thing cleaned up. I apologize in advance because the white balance is just gonna go willy-nilly on me. But with the doors open and fluorescent lights, it's just going crazy. So it's just gonna be weird looking. Remember this F3 with the wiring harness that took me like forever to figure out what was going on? And it was actually some kind of a test, and I had to pull the harness out to, I don't remember, it was something to do because the radio thing is in the back on these older ones. And lo and behold, I found it. Never in a million years. But anyway, daughter and husband and wife, they are trading in all 3 of these and rolling out. They went right to the top with 2 seated guys. How about that? He goes, I'm going down to 2. He goes, if all 3 of us need to ride separate vehicles, I'll ride one of my Harleys. He's got a sidecar. I think it's a Harley sidecar. And then he's got a Road King as well. So, oh man, I wish I could be listening in on their headsets when they're going down the road and realize just how incredible Sea the Skies are. It's otherworldly. But right out of the gate here, so the sales guy goes up and he sets the tire pressures, brings it down, and they want their license plate frame, so they took all those things off, and they have this, you know, because these are the old style. Oh, left the screwdriver laying on the ground. These are old style, where you have a screw and a nut. With these, you know, screw in the back with these kind of like a sheet metal screw. But anyway, these came from a different store, and the license plate screws are missing. Tells you right in the PDI bulletin, just throw them in there. And neither one of them had Sea to Sky installed, had Apple CarPlay installed. And yeah. So I get this one installed, I come back, start this one, I'm just letting them run, and I'm using the Wi-Fi down here. yeah, he goes, whoa, 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 throws a bunch of VSS codes, batteries, junk, needs a new battery. So they've been here all morning, and why? I'm not a sales guy. I don't know what the heck's going on up there. But why do you wait until, the ink dries on the paperwork for it to make sure that the bikes are in great shape? So, anyway, happy couple. I wish I could be with them when they take off with them. All right, got a real battery going in this thing. Good old Yuasa. Sorry about the white balance earlier. There was too much fumes in here. I had both bikes running doing Apple CarPlay. But you want to see a true representation of how much oil's in here? If I can get this thing to focus on that. See it floating down there? That's about right here. So it's like from here to here. And the other side's the same way. That's crazy. So, to see if anything made it up to the air box, these are, infinitely, reusable clips. So I'm gonna pop these clips, wind them out of there, and just lift up the intake boot and look inside there. If there's oil in there, well, we gotta go farther. We gotta take the air filter out of this thing. Cause if it's going through the crankcase breather, it's going to be in the air box. The air box could be full of oil as well. I don't think he rode it that far. He couldn't have. I mean, literally, he had to have known right away something was drastically wrong. So, anyway, let me get a battery in the Spyder. They went off to lunch. You'll see him, he comments a lot in the videos. So he'll probably comment on this one. I'll let him expose himself. I haven't asked permission to do so. If I talk to him before he leaves here, I'll ask him, what he thinks. But anyway, they took the one upstairs. It's fine, but the battery's throwing VSS codes. I need to get the battery in there, clear the codes, and I'm sure I'll have to go up there and show them how to pair their phone and a headset. Pretty straightforward. I mean, really straightforward. You just got to get the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth thing hooked up first. Then you use your Apple cord and connect to the deal here. But I think, both of them have iPhone 12, so they'll be fine with standard lightning plugs, which has a USB-A. Kind of a missed opportunity here for them, because Apple's literally not supplying USB-A stuff on anything anymore. Everything's USB-C. Most people are going that way. I mean, I've got a handful of USB-C bricks that I got some old stuff that I still have USB-A stuff, but everything's moving on. And I would think that you would alienate the other people if you did it the other way. And I don't know if it'd be cost effective, but you can get adapters and you can buy cables that still work that way. It's just, you have to go back to Apple and get another cable. And the adapters, they got the USB-C or A to C or whichever direction you want to talk. It's an adapter that you can plug in the USB-A, but it's critical that it transfers data. And here lies the same problem. That's why Apple wants you using the OEM cord, because of the way it transfers data. Because it's transferring data through your USB-C or Lightning port for Apple CarPlay. I use my old iPhone 12 mini, and I have a Lightning port in the car. And of course it was wireless on the MDX, but I use Waze and stuff coming and going to work. And I used, with the motorcycles and stuff. It just works great. It transfers enough data. I know USB-C is like otherworldly fast compared to the old Lightning ports, but from Apple, but there's workarounds. So I don't know if those adapters, need to talk to somebody. Does Apple make one of those adapters? I haven't looked. I keep meaning to look. Somebody told me you can get the USB USB-C to USB-A cords from Apple. I haven't looked that up to verify it either. But anyway, I keep talking to y'all. They're going to be back for lunch, want to take their Spyders, and I got the battery sitting on the counter and said, in the bike. Gotta go. Well, the wonderful folks with the F3’s now with the Sea to Skies. They're off in running, heading towards their homeland. I didn't ask them about anything. I didn't ask them about taking a thumbnail with them or any of that stuff. Just, it was good conversation. We were hooking up their phones. Oh, found something new. So, got his daughter's phone all hooked up and her headset paired up. And, this may be obvious to you, but you can't, she had a Cardo, and you can't pair the mesh to it. You have to pair the Bluetooth side of your headset. Anyway, it was just different buttons, whatever you had to hit to get it going. They're just going through the app and figured it out through the app. And anyway, so we've got everything, our phone's connected, our headset's connected, and Apple CarPlay will not connect. And finally, the Spyder told us that her iOS level was incorrect. I'm not sure where she was at, but I know it's got to be at least probably, see, when did last year was when iOS 17 came out. So I would imagine probably 16 or 17 or higher. I had no problem, hooking up my 12 mini. She has a 12, I don't know if she has a Pro Max or a Plus, but she has a 12, and he also has a 12 for his Spyder. So he didn't connect his. He said, I'm going to go sit home, relax, and go through every page of that manual. I said, great, now you're going to come back and show me things. So I never got any further than dumping the oil out of those pipes, and it's just kind of propped up on a good old bottle of Red Line 20W50, and you can see it's just barely weeping. I got most of the oil out, but there's a residue there, so I'll do the flush that I was referring to. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll come up with something. But I think the last thing we were talking about is I want to release these reusable clamps and take a peek up and see if oil's making it up there. I should probably talk to them. Well, I'll just see what I see there. If there's no sign of oil, but I've seen no sign of oil, but yet the filter could be, half wet with oil or something of that nature, or there could be oil sitting in the bottom of the air box. I think the air box has I don't know if I can get to the drain. I don't know. I'll look. I don't know where the drain is. I think it actually, because they have to seal that off nowadays. Usually it's a cap. Like some of the early 1330s had this cap on the air box, and I'm like, oh cool, I can drain the oil or whatever out of it. Take the cap off, the little nipple had no hole in it. So I don't know why they even bother putting the cap on it. So I found the correct bolt, and I'm going, dude, that's not the right size. So I cleaned my hole back out again, and it's got a 8mm helicoil in it. So the threads got damaged at some point. And as it turns out, the bolt he had in it, which was this, but it's actually slightly shorter than the stock one. So I noticed that right away. Once I realized that the thread size was different. You can see thread size. That's what it's supposed to be. This is the bolt out of the right side. The left side takes the exact same bolt, and this is what I took out of it. And anyway, I just rigged up something with a washer, just so if it starts and runs fine, I don't want oil flying out of there. But anyway, I cleaned the hole out, and I think somebody got a little wild with the tap or the helicoil tool or something. But the case at the very end of the hole has a stress crack in it, and the oil ever so slowly leaks, and you can see everything's wet. All this stuff, all this harness I had to take out of there, everything's just soaking wet with oil. It's been leaking out of that thing. So when I'm done, I'll coat it good with that Teflon, that liquid Teflon stuff in there. I didn't even tighten the bolt yesterday. I just gooped it on there and screwed it. You know, you seen it this morning, just partially in there, and it wasn't leaking a drop. Still hasn't leaked a drop. But when I took it out, it was coming down the thread hole, so I had to blast it out once again. The exhaust seems fine, or even the muffler seems fine. You can see that some residue flew through it, but it didn't. I think the bike quit running, or he quit riding it as soon as it started blowing smoke. So it didn't get any quantity. And I think probably at that time, it probably wasn't collecting in the exhaust. And what I'm thinking is, you know, the right cylinder was this one was probably on a TDC compression stroke, and the other side was in overlap. So the valves were open, and it went past the rings and right down the exhaust valve, and just went floating on down in there. And I will ultimately, you know, ask to do an oil change on it and put a correct oil filter on this thing, and because the crush washer needs to be replaced. Because I kind of snugged it down like 2 or 3 times, because I thought I was enough, so I gave her I didn't torque it or anything, I just snugged it down. And then I come back and the dadgum oil's back up into here or somewhere. I don't know, I couldn't see air in it. But anyway, this has been my day. Never got my rally. It was just a whirlwind kind of day today. So getting to my rally and doing they want me to test a new one just to make sure, you know, that's not normal. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate until I get one in the air. Maybe that's the way they are. You know, even though that's shocking, when I was moving that thing around, I just threw the clips in that I used to give to BRP. And some of you were quite shocked by that, but that thing rode down the road like a perfectly lasered Spyder would. Not a glitch anywhere. No handling issues whatsoever. So, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's about time to roll out of here. So I'm going to leave you with that. How about that? We'll talk to you at the house. Well, hello there, YouTube. Yeah, buddy. It's gonna be too late to do a goodbye.
Here pretty soon.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow. If it rains tomorrow, it'll be absolutely dark.
Yeah.
Probably too dark to do it outside. Be back to old school ways. All those little LED dome lights and all that stuff inside the car.
That might work out good.
Halfway decent.
Mm-hmm.
It's an option. Plus, when it gets cold, you know, you postpone getting out in the cold and in the rain.
Not really ready to get out.
Yeah, not ready to get cold and wet, you know. But anyway, that was a busy, wild day. It was fun, though. Definitely different. That was cool. And I met another guy that bought a Spyder from a customer. I haven't seen him in a while. Must not be riding anymore. He sold it. And anyway, talked to him for a while too. It was like, you know, home meetup day or something, you know. But anyway, I think on that we're gonna bounce.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
Bye-bye now.